Om Gam Ganapataye Vigna Vinashakaya Manovancha Falapradayakaya Ishaputraya Namaha. Om Brahmasthane Virata Rushimandalam Uttishta Uttishta. Om Hram Hrim Hraum Saha Graharajaya Bhaskaraya Namaha. Om Adityaya Somaya Mangalaya Budhaya Cha Guru Shukra Sharibhyascha Rahave Ketave Namaha. Om Vaishravanaya Maheshwaraya Indraya Vaishwanaraya Yamadharmarajaya Nirutyaya Varunaya Vayudevaya Namo Ashtadikpalakaya Namaha. Om Vastu Purushaya Vidmahe Bhumiputraya Dhimahi Tanno Navanidhi Prachodayat. Vastu Power. Choose the lucky plot. Mitraaya namaha. Welcome friends to the Insight Chamber of VSPTenneti channel. This is Vastu Power 3rd episode. Thank you for the huge response to the first and second parts of Vastu Power. I am going to spoon feed you beautiful, precise information about the entire Vastu in the future episodes too. Stay tuned. Expand your fortune zones. Vastu Power. It is real power. One who tastes the true power of good Vastu will never look back, and he will be only very carefully concentrating on entering into perfect Vastu spaces. Do you know? Purchasing a land or house towards wrong directions could be the reason for great financial fall and irrevocable disasters. I would reveal to you gradually the key points. How do you identify that a plot is lucky and prosperous? These are very important factors to be considered. From 1979, Vaagdevi Bhavishya, Astro, Numero Palmistry and Vastu Consultancy had been attending to several clients, counting more than 1 lakh. I had the opportunity of visiting several places, rectifying the Vastu of great factories and houses and restoring peace in their lives. But the entire thing is faith. Faith answers. People who can get along, get away without Vastu, hats off to them. This is only for those who trust, who believe in the esoteric sciences and our ancient Shastras. Ucha Disha movement. If you are moving towards the prosperous zones, that is, from the southwest towards the northeast, or from the west towards east, or from the south towards north, it is considered to be prosperous. Many people, because they have found out a very good plot at a very economical price, probably which is nearer to their work zone, they would hastily purchase a plot. I am not talking about the dimensions of the plot in particular. I am talking about the choice of the plot from the place where they are staying. Even if it is a rental premises or own premises, it matters a lot. Considering Vastu, your movement towards east or north is prosperous. Do not miss the first 2 parts of Vastu Power. If you follow the Vastu Power chapters carefully, I am sure you will be well versed in Vastu. You too can become a Vastu expert. Suddenly, after gradual success and prosperity, when one is tempted to purchase a plot, land, or a house towards the south direction or the west direction from the place where they live, it boomerangs. Even if the plot is perfectly good in dimensions of Vastu, the very move towards south or west could totally bring down the financial glory and the grandeur. They stay confused and shocked with the unforeseen disastrous situation, and they resort to loans and pull liabilities upon their heads. Because they are prosperous in their business, because they are doing very well, they probably would be needing a godown space, or they want to expand the existing premises. They purchase a property which is towards their south or west. This is a dangerous move. It proves that they are going to sink down very soon. If plots, lands, and houses are acquired towards the east, north, or the northeast of their existing location, they would experience huge rise and prosperity very naturally. The same theory applies even to rented locations. If you would like to experience the positive change, it is wise to move towards properties or houses or lands existing only on the north to the present property or on the east to the present property. It is prosperous. Few plots or lands appear to be very beautiful, attractive, and perfectly fine while they bargain and purchase. The location or the price could have been the devil's hook. No sooner the property is registered and acquired, the calamity begins. Quarrels, court cases, enmity, financial loss, matrimonial disharmony, health complications, arguments, divorces, illegitimate contacts, and the list is unending. Many great business organizations and empires have fallen, collapsed, many golden opportunities lost and ruined. All because they have chosen plots in the wrong direction. The dimensions in the fundamental Vastu might be good. In spite of it, the property could be holding very high negative energies in it. The vibrations cannot be easily identified unless one is well versed in identifying them. The destruction would not stop. Children separate, couples separate, well-educated children fail to get proper jobs. Well, it is all in the faith again. No faith, no fear. Shoka Bhumi, Rakshasa Bhumi, Pishacha Bhumi, Neecha Bhumi, and many more. Oh, so bad. Why blame the Mother Earth? It's all with us, right? We may not know the hidden story behind that land and the property, but the energy could be identified. Why is a land unlucky? Why should the land be blamed foolishly? It is a vast subject to be explained, and it will be done later. But in order to understand the reason for the negativity of a land, plot, or property, here are a few examples. If the property was forcibly snatched off by injustice and violence, if the land few generations ago was illegitimately registered on the name of the strong dominating person, if the land rightfully belonged to some noble person and was encroached by force or instigating fear, if the property belonged to someone once upon a time and he acquired it by killing an innocent lady or a helpless family who loved the property, if the land belonged to someone who donated it to some temple but before the documents could be made, he might have expired, if the land was the only source of bread and food to the rightful owner and had to be given away by force because he is stuck into liabilities, the pain hangs on. It's very painful. The land remembers the story and it is going to revert back. There are many methods to identify whether the land is lucky, prosperous, disastrous, or useless. You may not be knowing the true story behind it. You may not be able to know what had happened few decades ago. There are two wonderful techniques which are revealed here, which our ancient pundits have been revealing it to us. 1. Follow this carefully and you can find out whether the land is lucky or not. Dig a pit in the center of the land and collect the soil or earth from the place and keep it safe. Leave the pit open for 3 days. Later, fill the pit with the same collected earth or soil. If the pit is full and still left over with the loose earth in your hands, the property is prosperous and lucky. If the entire loose earth which you had collected the previous day is put into the pit, and if the pit is still not full, the property is demanding more, it is considered hollow and the fortunes are squeezed away. Thus you can identify whether the land is lucky or not. One more easy methodology is dig a pit in the center of the land and fill it up with water up to its brim. Leave it alone for a day and check it up. If the soil is wet, it's a good land. If there is no trace of water, it is sucking energy that could drain away the owner. If the pit still retains at least little water in it, it is considered as a very lucky and prosperous property. There are some plots, the more you pour water, the more it drinks. That shows that the plot is going to drink away all your fortunes and you could be drained very soon. Check its energy levels intelligently. Mantra, Tantra and Yantra Shastras have revealed numerous remedial measures to dilute the impact and reduce the negativity. There are countless remedies which could invoke high positive energies and boost the positivity of the properties. Kolkas, Lohakonas, Yantras, Yantrapetikas, Khadga Malikas, Kolas, precious and semi-precious gemstone beddings, homas, pujas and so much more. But it is always advised that one should rectify the defects of Vastu instead of going for the expensive remedies. Check its energy levels. No faith, don't care. Many great business organizations, factories, corporate offices which have acquired lands on the wrong side or acquired wrong properties have suddenly lost the grandeur. Be very careful in identifying the lucky plot, identifying the positive vibrations, and be happy with the right plot. Anyhow you are going to buy them. Just be double careful. Don't be careless. Expand your fortune zones, dear Mitras. Expand your fortune zones. The Vaastu Power Part 3. Coming up with many more interesting factors. Thank you for being with me. Mitraaya namaha. Welcome to VSPTenneti channel.